never give in. You're gonna win, gonna rise again. No matter what they say, no matter what they do.
Could it be true that right after celebrating his birthday on September 1st, 2025, Jungkook of BTS is preparing for his first ever solo world tour to meet ARMY face-to-face? Is this the biggest surprise of the year, hidden in plain sight all along? Like, comment, and subscribe right now, because what you're about to read might change the way you see Jungkook forever. This is not just another rumor. This could be the very moment where fantasy collides with reality. Today, we're stepping into the whirlwind of speculation, whispers, and heart-stopping clues that point to one thing. After blowing out the candles on his September 1st birthday, Jungkook might be preparing to launch his solo world tour. A tour not for fame, not just for music, but for the one thing that has kept him alive and burning all these years. Is it real, or is it only the kind of story fans dream about late at night, imagining stadiums glowing purple, Jungkook's voice echoing into the sky, and millions of ARMY chanting his name? Why did these rumors explode right after his birthday? Why now, and why in this way? Could there be hidden signals Jungkook has been planting, waiting for the world to notice? Imagine him, just hours after his birthday, smiling softly at the camera, his words lingering like shadows. Fans said they felt something different in his tone, a secret tucked inside his laughter, a mystery hiding in the way his eyes lingered on the screen. Could it be that Jungkook was not just celebrating his birthday, but marking the beginning of something monumental? Was every word, every pause, and every smile a coded message to ARMY? Get ready, I'm coming to you. The timing is no coincidence. Jungkook has always been the master of surprises, the silent storm who moves in secrecy before striking with lightning force. Remember when he suddenly went live without warning? Remember when he released songs out of nowhere, sending ARMY into sleepless nights of tears and joy? Silence, then explosion, calm, then chaos. Isn't this his pattern, his signature? So when whispers of a solo world tour began swirling after his birthday, fans didn't dismiss them. They leaned in, searching for every shred of evidence. Why were staff members seen rushing around with unreadable expressions? Why did his schedule suddenly become a mystery? And why, in one of his birthday greetings, did Jungkook leave a sentence hanging, as if he was about to say something more but held back at the very last second? Could that unfinished thought be the spark that set this rumor on fire? What if this isn't just about music, but about closure, rebirth, and a chance for Jungkook to step onto the stage as himself? Not just as the youngest of BTS, but as the man he has quietly become through years of pressure, training, love, and pain. Could this be the journey of Jungkook finding his voice, his freedom, and his truth? ARMY around the world are split between hope and fear. Hope, because a solo world tour would be the greatest gift, a dream beyond dreams. Fear, because standing alone under blinding lights is both exhilarating and terrifying. Will he be okay without the 6 brothers who have always stood beside him? Will he feel the weight of the world pressing down on his shoulders? Or will he spread his wings and show the full force of the artist he was always destined to be? But maybe, just maybe, this is exactly what Jungkook has been preparing for all along. The boy who left his hometown at such a young age, the teenager who trained relentlessly, the man who turned his insecurities into power, has always walked a road few could imagine. And perhaps this next step, this solo world tour, is not a separation from BTS, but an expansion of his story, a love letter to ARMY written in lights, music, and sweat across stadiums worldwide. Picture the scene: stadium doors swinging open in Seoul, New York, Paris, São Paulo, Tokyo, fans screaming until their voices crack, purple oceans flooding every corner, and then silence before the storm as a single spotlight falls on the stage. Jungkook stands there, breathless, eyes shining, his voice breaking the air with the very first note. Would the world ever be the same again? Rumors often begin as whispers, yet sometimes whispers are the beginning of history. Could this be one of those times? Could September 1st, 2025 be remembered not only as Jungkook's birthday, but as the day the spark of his solo world tour was lit? Think back to all the subtle clues he has given before, his obsession with perfection, his constant training even when no one is watching, His mysterious all-black attire during secret rehearsals. Were these preparations for something bigger, something global? Fans recall his words from months ago. I want to meet you all, one by one. At the time, it felt like a dream. But what if it was a promise disguised as a passing thought? And so the questions burn hotter. Is this tour already planned, hidden behind contracts and confidentiality? Has Jungkook already chosen the setlist, the stages, the cities? Is he right now rehearsing songs that the world hasn't heard yet, waiting to unleash them in the grandest way possible? Could this be the year Jungkook rewrites the history of music? Could this be the chapter where he becomes not just the golden matinee, but the golden legend? Every great revelation begins with tension, with doubt, with sleepless nights of speculation. And right now, the world of ARMY is trembling, caught between disbelief and hope. Perhaps this is exactly what Jungkook wanted, for us to wait, to wonder, to prepare ourselves for a storm that is already on its way. So, I ask you, are you ready? Ready to scream until your lungs burn? Ready to cry when the first chords hit? Ready to finally see Jungkook, not through a screen, not through a memory, but standing right there in front of you? Because if the rumors are true, the wait is almost over. And maybe, just maybe, September 1st wasn't the end of his birthday celebration. Maybe it was the beginning of a journey that will carry him, and us, across the world. But what makes this rumor so powerful is not only the possibility of a solo world tour, but the timing of it. September 1st, 2025, was supposed to be just another birthday, candles, cakes, wishes, and millions of messages pouring in from every corner of the planet. Yet this time, the air felt different. Jungkook's smile seemed wider, but his silence in certain moments spoke volumes. Fans noticed how his words curved into half-finished promises, how his tone dropped lower whenever he mentioned the future, how he looked away from the camera, as if guarding a secret too heavy for that night alone. Could it be that he was already holding back the biggest surprise of his career? Was his birthday live stream not just a celebration, but a hidden announcement in disguise? ARMY began replaying the footage again and again, slowing down his words, pausing at his eyes, trying to decode every flicker of expression. Was that a smirk when he said, "You'll see me soon"? Was that a hidden clue when he mentioned wanting to travel everywhere? The patterns are there, if you dare to look. Jungkook has always been deliberate with his timing. He doesn't waste words. He doesn't scatter promises without meaning. When he leaves something unsaid, it is often because something far greater is waiting just around the corner. Could it be that his silence was his way of saying, hold on, something bigger than you can imagine is coming? And then, there's the mystery of his rehearsals. Reports, though unconfirmed, began surfacing of staff, seen carrying large flight cases, sound equipment, and lighting rigs. Why would such preparations be happening now, so soon after his birthday? Some fans claim to have spotted a black van outside a private studio, with Jungkook slipping in under heavy security. Others whisper that hotel staff in Seoul have seen choreographers, stylists, and vocal coaches checking in late at night. Is this all coincidence, or the beginning of a production so massive it must be hidden until the perfect moment? Think about it. Jungkook has never done anything halfway. From his earliest days, he was a perfectionist, chasing excellence to the point of exhaustion. If he truly is planning a world tour, wouldn't he demand the most breathtaking, flawless, unforgettable experience imaginable? And wouldn't that require weeks, if not months, of secret preparation? The pieces are fitting together, and the picture they reveal is almost too explosive to believe. But perhaps the most emotional piece of this puzzle is not logistics, not setlists, not stages, but the heart behind it. Why now? Why after his birthday? Would Jungkook feel compelled to meet ARMY on such a grand scale? Some fans believe it's because he has been carrying the weight of separation too long. The years of distance, the military service, the silence, the waiting, all of it has built a pressure inside him. I need to stand once more in front of those who gave him his wings. Could this tour be less about career and more about healing? A way to mend the invisible wounds that both he and ARMY have carried. Imagine the first night of that tour. The stadium in Seoul packed to the edges, purple light sticks raised like stars. The opening note echoes, and Jungkook steps into the light, alone yet not lonely, because every pair of eyes in that crowd belongs to him. Would he cry? Would he smile that shy smile and whisper, "I missed you"? Would ARMY scream his name so loudly that the sound would ripple across the night sky?